pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Take this back.
Are you checking your vision?
Welcome to the Moines County Board of Supervisors meeting for April the 8th, 2025. Is there any changes to the agenda?
I have none.
I have none.
I have none.
Okay, big department heads and elected officials. Sarah Doty.
Good morning. I've been on vacation for the last week and a half, so I'm getting back and getting emails answered and getting things caught up and just keeping busy. Nothing new to report at this time.
Okay, thank you.
Uh-huh.
Colin Gerst, IT.
Good morning, just keeping busy like always, but nothing new to report to the board.
Thank you. Rodney Blazer, maintenance.
Good morning, just really busy, had a county safety committee meeting last week. And then we got the annual courthouse and building security committee, meeting scheduled for the 29th of this month. Other than that, just got a lot of stuff going on. Nothing to report. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, Chris Lee, conservation.
Good morning. The big thing for us, we're still struggling with our water leak somewhere in the 3,000 feet of water line we have at Starscape Nature Center. It's increasing, the rate is increasing. We got a quote for a full replacement to the tune of like $30,000. So we're still trying to figure options on what to do about that. It hasn't affected water pressure yet, but like I said, every week that goes by, the leak rate seems to increase. We're running about somewhere between 50 and 32 gallons an hour, kind of varies. And the plumber tells me, short of finding a wet spot or it blowing up, the water line's buried 6 feet deep down in that sand, and so we're not gonna see any surface water. So anyway, we're trying to track that down. We've had some other water issues up at Big Hollow. We've got a couple fixtures in our shower house that have failed, so we're trying to fix those. It's like playing whack-a-mole. Like you get one thing fixed and something else pops up. But so it goes when you first turn things on for the year. Otherwise, we had 10 campers in Big Hollow over the weekend. So people are getting out and enjoying themselves, so that's great. We have our Donate Life Run this Saturday at Stars Cave. That's a partnership with the Iowa Donor Network. And so a lot of the folks that were involved in Garrett's Path back when that happened are going to be part of this. So, and this one kind of hits close to home because we do have a staff member whose wife is a donor recipient of a donor heart recipient. So, so that one kind of hits close to home for us. But now we got our new naturalist hire. She just started yesterday, so we'll be getting her onboarded and getting our spring programs built back up. Haven't really been taking those because we've got staffing issues. So just moving and shaking. We had our banquet this last weekend. Appreciate everybody that came out for that. The I Heart County Parks banquet. I think we had, 80-some folks show up for that, and it was a good time. So we raised some money through our foundation for the department. Doing good things.
That's good. Chris, years ago, when I was a kid, I'm not gonna tell you how many years ago that was.
Yeah.
There was an old boy up in, lived out around the Armas, and he could have found that leak for you.
Oh, yeah?
He'd take them wires and that, he had them number 9 wires.
Yeah.
And when you get over a spot, them wires would just cross. So we got
Yes, if there's anybody watching or listening that knows somebody that can do that, please contact me.
I've done it.
Yeah.
I've done it for field top. I
There
don't
you
know
go.
why it works, but I have seen it work.
Yeah, but get
Come on
somebody, he can't walk that far, that 3,000 foot.
I'm not gonna start
Can
to.
you do it from the side of the side by side? So I can drag you.
Okay, thank you, Chris. Shannon, how's emergency management doing?
Last week I attended a
regional conference, so we did some exercises with Access Energy, so thankful for them. We got to see a really cool demonstration on their power lines, and so that was really interesting. Just nothing exciting happening in the emergency management world, just some planning updates. I will be reaching out to different municipalities and different organizations here to get the hazard mitigation plan updated. So that will begin rolling out here in the next couple of months, so, if you hear from me, that'll be, something that I'll be working on.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Natalie, Recorder's Office?
Good morning, just keeping busy like everybody else, nothing new to report.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Carter, you got lots to report this morning on secondary roads?
Well, a few things at least. Obviously, if you've been out and about, the patching operations have started on both Highway 34, Old Highway 34, and Old Highway 99. The 34 project is, there's less to be done there, so I would hope by the end of this week, at the worst case, early next week, that will wrap up for patching. And it'll probably be a week or two, and then they'll start seeing lane closures again for milling. So that, and once you start seeing the milling, I believe that kind of, so Highway 99's got patching going on also. Now, it's got more patching to be done, so I think that patching will roll into at least the end of next week. So it'll be one lane during that. All that will start up on 34. I think you'll see milling and asphalt on 34. I think you might see a little overlap on 99, but otherwise 99 will happen after Highway 34 to some extent. So as soon as I try to project what a contractor is gonna do, they turn around and do something different. But right now, that's the best guess of what's going on there. But either way, there's work on both roads, and they're moving right along, so that's a good thing. The bridges, the bridge on Danville, they're already starting to deck. They're dealing with a few other things on the Geode Bridge, or on the Geode Bridge, on the North Gear Bridge. And we knew going into it, it had a few other complications that we didn't have out at Danville. So I'd say it's just a little bit behind pace from where Danville is. They had to replace some rockers on that bridge and stuff like that. So they actually had to lift the beams and do some stuff underneath them and all that. So that's making headway. I would hope they'll be decking on that bridge maybe the end of this week or early next, depending on timing. So, but both of those are making good headway, and I don't know, we have a ton of other stuff going on, but that's the high points.
You got any idea when they start dust control?
Yeah, the last weekend in April,
Last week
which
in
is
April.
quite a bit earlier than normal. I wanna say somewhere after the 28th, that week. We don't normally start on a Monday, so I'm assuming it's either 29th or 30th, but that's our target right now,
Okay, thank you.
so.
Did I miss anybody? Seeing nobody missed, we shall move on. Correspondence, I have none. Do either of you gentlemen have any? Okay, we with department heads, or we already met with them on discussion vote, fireworks permit, Berry fireworks. See, the sheriff's not here, so, but everything looks to be in order. And this is always a good display for everybody around, so.
Motion to approve the fireworks permit. Second.
Sarah?
Tom Broker,
Yes.
Shane McCampbell,
Yes.
Jim Carrey.
Yes. We have a motion for the Tipsy Travelers liquor license for the wedding at the Barn on the Ridge on April the 26th, 2025. again, the sheriff's not here to okay this, but everything is in order with the insurance and,
I move to approve Tiffany Travelers liquor license.
Second.
Sarah?
Shane McCampbell,
Yes.
Tom Brooker,
Yes.
Jim Carrey.
Yes. I love that name. Tipsy Travelers. You ever been there?
Nope. Well, I guess I have, but not to that place.
Okay, we have a proclamation for Sexual Assault Awareness Month. Whereas sexual abuse, sexual violence, stalking, affecting anyone, including children, causing long-term physical, psychological, and emotional harm. And whereas every 68 seconds in America is an American is sexually assaulted, and every 9 minutes the victim is a child. Whereas approximately 70% of people affected by rape and sexual assault experience moderate to severe distress, a large percentage of them for the other violent crimes. Whereas sexual violence in rural communities exists as a hidden, silent, and often unrecognized crime that is often underreported. It is widespread and affects every community member. Whereas through the inspiration, courage, and resilience of the people affected by sexual violence, our communities are learning to better respond to life-changing impact of sexual violence on individuals through systems and in the community. And whereas DVIP and RVAP has worked to end the violence and abuse for more than 45 years through the collaboration, partnership of staff, volunteers, local municipalities, criminal justice, health and human services, faith communities, business leaders, and private citizens. And whereas our community achievements should be commended, and we must continue to commit to respect and support those affected by sexual violence and to prevent future violence of our community. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Moines County Board of Supervisors do hereby proclaim the month of April 2025 to be Sexual Assault Awareness Month in Des Moines County, and urge all people to work together to eliminate sexual violence and abuse and stalking from our community.
Jim, you've got something back, anybody wants to speak on that?
Somebody like to speak on that?
My name is Rachel Long, and I'm the sexual assault advocate for Des Moines and Henry County. As of October 1st, DVIP and RVAP joined forces, became a thing, and now we have advocates that are currently live and work in the counties that we serve. So we are here just to give a few facts. Since we took over in October, we've served 58 clients in 8 counties. We've had 47 new clients, and we've given them clients 607 services. So our job is we come in and we are there with the survivor from the time that they go to the hospital, from the time that their court hearing is done, and sometimes years afterwards. So we just want to let people know that we have advocates out in our counties that are here to protect us and help these survivors what their needs are.
I would like to thank you for what you do and put up with. I mean, it's a tough job.
It's a rewarding job. I want to say that, it's rewarding. I was gonna mention too, we are having a shot for survivors on the 16th at Angular Hy-Vee.
From what time is it?
It's on here, I think it's 3 to 6:30. Anybody else like any information?
Thank you very much.
Motion to approve the proclamation. Second.
Sarah?
Tom Brooker,
Yes.
Shane McCampbell,
Yes.
Jim Carrey.
Yeah. Okay, next we have the Moines County District Energy District presentation. Would that be you, sir?
Yes, sir, it is.
Would you state your name?
Kenny Olson.
Kenny Olson, okay. We're ready for you.
All right, well, thank you for the opportunity to address the board today. I want to talk to you about the clean energy districts of Iowa as an overall group, and then my goal to establish an energy district here in Des Moines County as well. A little bit about me. I am Kenny Olson. I'm a veteran. I'm a resident of Des Moines County and of Burlington. I'm a certified energy manager. I have my MBA in sustainability and energy management. I teach energy management courses online at college through the Southern New Hampshire University. I'm also the chair of the Renewable Energy and Conservation Committee for the City of Burlington. Oops, cleared off there. So the purpose of this presentation is just to share the vision for a community-driven energy district that brings local control, sustainable energy, and economic benefits to Des Moines County. I know that you guys hear from your constituents a lot, and I doubt that one of the phone calls that you get is from people saying how much they love their energy bill, think that Alliant Energy is doing a fantastic job, and just want to continue on that same path. So let's talk about the clean energy districts of Iowa overall first. They're a nonprofit organization that provides support and technical assistance to its member energy districts, which currently encompass 13 counties across Iowa. We would be the 14th. They also have one county in Wisconsin. They strengthen and spread the clean energy district model by providing critical services to new and member districts, leading advocacy that supports local clean energy prosperity and climate stewardship. So that's the overall Clean Energy Districts of Iowa, or SETI. If you hear me say that, that's just what that is referring to. So each individual county-led district is its own local nonprofit organization designed to lead the transition to efficient energy in a way that's owned, controlled, and driven by the community in which it serves. So why does this matter? This approach keeps energy dollars within our local economy. It creates jobs, it reduces environmental impacts, and it empowers our residents with the knowledge and control over their energy future. Some of the benefits of clean energy districts, the biggest one as far as I'm concerned is education. Knowing what your options are regarding energy, there's a lot of information available on the Clean Energy District website, including heat pumps, renewable energy, community involvement, and so forth. In addition, they provide clean energy advocacy to support legislation that protects ratepayers. An article I would highly recommend everyone read is called Iowa Legislators Fix or Walk Away from a Very Bad Energy Bill, and that is discussing a piece of legislation that is currently under review from our state legislators.
Okay, what was it again?
Yep, it's called Iowa Legislators Fix or Walk Away from a Very Bad Energy Bill.
What energy bill is that?
This is the one going through the, it's the big one, I don't have the name for it here, I'm sorry, but basically it talks about the future makeup of our energy around here and how that is going to be decided and controlled. One of the issues is the cost that would be associated with, say, nuclear energy. I am pro-nuclear. I was a nuclear mechanic and ran the engine rooms of aircraft carriers in the Gulf on 2 tours. I am all for nuclear. I am not for Alliant Energy deciding that we as a community need to have nuclear and they're going to put it on us and raise our rates to do that without allowing feedback from our community. So that's the main gist of that one. But again, I highly recommend that you read that. In addition, the Clean Energy Districts provide support through energy efficiency and conservation block grants, or EECBGs. Those provide assistance on projects serving cities, counties, school districts, and low-income multifamily housing within rural energy districts. They also support coaching of the REAP program, which is the Renewable Energy Rural Energy for America program, which helps farms, small businesses apply for USDA funding for overall energy efficiency and renewable energy projects. So there's an overall picture of what the clean energy districts do, what my hope is for the energy district of Des Moines County. some of the things that we're currently working on, I'm working with the city of Burlington on the library. They've been hit with a couple of extra costs lately due to dirty energy. Their power factor is off. It's costing them between $500 and $600 a month, so we're looking into how to get that remedied. I'm also putting together an RFP for the city to solicit bids for solar projects on the library, the Public Works building, and on the animal shelter. I'm working with our art center. They just had solar panels installed last year, and I'm going through and monitoring their energy bills and making sure that what they were promised by the installation company is actually being delivered. One of my main goals is to go through municipal buildings and start establishing a baseline of where and how they and you guys are using your energy. For example, I know you have a lot of buildings around town. I know that this is one. I know that Chris has got a few. I heard the maintenance department talking earlier. One of the easiest ways to do that is to start setting your energy bills into a system called Energy Star Portfolio Manager. It's a free program. It's from the EPA, and what it does is it tracks your energy usage from month to month, tells you where your costs are, but more importantly, it delivers what's called an energy use intensity score, which basically says that you are using X amount of energy per square foot. And that allows you to compare your buildings with other buildings and see where you really need to put your resources at in order to make your facilities more efficient. So that's one of our first goals. Some of our other immediate priorities are to finalize our strategic plan, to secure some initial funding and explore partnerships with local residents, businesses, and governments, and engage our communities through informal meetings and subcommittees, which is what I've started to do today. We are a new group. My previous role has been as a sustainability consultant for large Class 1 railroads here in the country. I've since retired from that and am dedicating my time fully to helping out my community. So I look forward to being a resource to you, everyone else in this room, and welcome any questions or thoughts that you guys might have.
Do you have a card?
I will get you my contact information. My card is from my old company, and that won't do you much good right now. Yeah, I'll get you my contact information for sure.
So what's the deal with the library then? So you're getting some solar panels for the library, or?
We're putting together, well, we're doing quite a few things for the library. One is we're starting to track their energy usage. The library is is the city's biggest user of energy. We use more than the Public Works building. So we're monitoring that, and we're also doing an RFP for the library, the Public Works building, and the animal shelter to see what it would take to put solar on those buildings and what the payback would look like for that.
And there's grant dollars for that right now, or?
Those are dwindling quickly. There is still the tax credit that's available to municipalities and to through you guys, which would basically knock a third off the cost of installing those, and that.
We don't pay taxes.
Exactly, but you still get that money back. Instead of getting as a tax you now just get it in the form of a check.
I've seen some of those proposals, yeah.
Yep. So if that was something that you guys were looking at, now would be a good time to investigate and see if any of those things would be a good fit for your facilities.
And so on the flip side of that, are there any dollars attached to that for emergency response as far as the batteries, the battery backups for those?
That's something I'd be happy to look at with you. There might be. A year ago, I could tell you, yes, there were. The IRA is going away and a lot of that money's being clawed back. So unfortunately, I just don't have the answer to that now. But depending on where it's for, if it's a rural project, like if you're looking at doing backup for a farm, for a small building here, there are a lot of grants that are still available, and that might qualify under there.
I got one question. There's a thing you can buy and plug into your house that says it gets rid of dirty electricity. Do you know anything about them?
Well, I can tell you that I have a Sense monitor on my house, which you put your clamps around the incoming feed. It doesn't really monitor dirty energy, but it does monitor energy, and I feel that that's very important. My kids would argue with you that I have become very overbearing because I know all the time whenever their crap is left on. I know when someone's, been using the dryer 4 times a day, and I can monitor every single day and trends through the energy used in my home. And while that monitoring it doesn't lowering it, just the simple fact that I can see it and I know where things are going, that has led to more awareness in my household, whether they like it or not, and has lowered our energy usage dramatically. So I highly recommend monitoring usage at your facilities.
Well, I bought some of them, and I
Yeah.
put them in my house,
Hmm?
and they do work.
Yeah.
I wanted to know what your take was on it. It didn't, they haven't paid for themselves yet, because I think there's about $30 fees, and I'm saving about $12 a month on my electric bill over what it used to be.
Yep, a lot of those investments are going to pay themselves back over time. Things aren't going to be instantaneous, but energy is something that we're always going to use, always going to use it. And I will take a bet with anyone in this room that says over the next 10 years, our energy rates will not go down. On average, they go up 2 to 3% every year, so whatever you invest in your home, your business, or your municipal buildings right now, your savings increase every time our rates go up. So,
Okay, thank you. Anybody else got any questions?
Thank you.
you're very welcome. I look forward to working with you guys.
Appreciate that.
Sure thing.
Okay, moving on, we have Sheriff Glenn Denny. You're here. Have you got anything to say before we move on?
Sure, sorry for my tardiness. I had a situation that needed some immediate attention just before the meeting, but that's taken care of now. The jail's at 91 this morning. We had 17 out of county. 4 waiting to go to prison. I think we just got them scheduled to go on Friday. 3 waiting on the residential facility, 2 on extradition. So kind of the same story, and just working on those numbers every day. But they keep filling it up when we get rid of them. Just kind of the way it goes. The radio project's moving forward, not without the expected hurdles, but all is well, and seems to be moving forward as expected. Radios are operating well, and we're onto the console side of it now. They're making that full transition yesterday, today, tomorrow. And then we have our new deputy scheduled for hire on April 28th, start the academy the Monday after, first Monday in May. And we'll have that personnel action over to you next week. That's about all I've got.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Okay, moving on, we have, thank you again.
You bet.
Moving on, we have personnel actions for correctional officer Angela Dunham. Unpaid hours, 73.30. And the second one for the part-time correctional officer for Peyton Krogemeyer, unpaid hours, 77.11.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Sarah?
Tom Broker?
Yes.
Shane McCampbell?
Yep.
Jim Carrey?
Yes. Okay, now we have report. We have the reporter's report, the fees collected March 2025. These will be on file in the auditor's office for viewing at your own discretion. So we have the minutes for the special meeting on August 1st, 2025.
Motion to approve minutes for special meeting on April 1st.
Second.
Abstain? Sarah?
Shane McCampbell?
Yes.
Tom Broker?
Yes.
Jim Carrey?
Abstain. Now we have the minutes for the regular meeting on April 1st, 2025.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Sarah Doty?
Tom Broker?
Yes.
Shane McCampbell?
Yes.
Jim Carrey?
Abstain. Is there any other business?
I have,
Future agenda items?
I have none.
Committee reports?
I attended the county safety committee. We went through, accident updates or reports and, just normal updates.
On then, I have none. Public input, we'll give you 2 minutes. And you can email board@dmcounty.com, that's board@dmcounty.com, or you can call 319-753-8203. That's 319-753-8203, and we'll give you 2 minutes. Meanwhile, does anybody in the audience have anything to say?
That was one thing I should add, but sorry.
We had a lady standing up behind you.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Did not have the back of my head.
I'm president of the Middletown Cemetery Association, and I think this situation I brought up a year ago, but I don't remember what happened to it, evidently nothing. Who do I need to contact to take care of a tree that I believe is on the county property?
I'm the right person to speak. I've already spoken to somebody on that.
Yep.
Mr. Anderson was in my office last week,
Okay, that's,
so I won't guarantee you the county will do it at this point,
okay,
but I have looked at it. I've contacted Line Energy.
okay.
So-
I hadn't been able to get a hold of him this week, so I'm glad, okay,
I
thank
just left him a message this morning, because
Okay.
I'd planned to meet with him this week, but we reached out to Alliant at the beginning of the week, hoping that they would take care of it because of the proximity to the power lines.
Yeah,
And they don't know for sure how soon they'll get back to us to let us know.
okay.
Yeah, Mr. Anderson wants the county to do it, and I don't remember if I spoke to you or who contacted our office, but somebody did within the last,
Well, I did a year ago, I believe.
see,
but-
he felt it'd been 3 years. I didn't think it'd been that
Okay.
long, but
Yeah, yeah.
either way, I mean, the problem for us is that it's certainly, I mean, I drove up there and looked at it again. I mean, obviously, it's dropping limbs in the cemetery.
Yeah, there's a big liability on the tombstones that's there.
Yeah, but it's not a threat to the road.
No, no.
So therein lies the problem with secondary roads, and that expenditure is
Okay.
trying to decide whether it's, but it is so close to the power lines that I'm hoping Alliant might jump in and take care of the problem.
Okay.
So we'll hear back from them and then take the conversation further and possibly meet out there or something like that.
All right, thank
So,
you.
Yeah,
Did we get your name and address as well?
Pardon?
Did we get your name and address?
Oh, Nancy Burkett, 2201 Mason Road, Burlington, Iowa.
Apologies.
Chris? Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
Sorry about
Thank
that.
you.
All right.
I said in my report, there's a good chance we're gonna be closing the nature center next week. We've got the concrete contractors to come in and do the ADA sidewalks that, we got grant funding for last year. They think they're gonna start on Thursday, but that's gonna be kind of weather dependent. We are ripping out the sidewalk coming up to the building, the stairs going into the main entrance and everything, so while that project's going on, we'll have to close, because we'll have entry and exit problems, with that, so, just watch our Facebook page for that announcement as to when that gets closed and when that gets open.
Well, thank you. Hearing no phone calls and nobody emailed in, so, and we're out of here.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you, everybody. Your proclamation, I think we've got to sign, if you need your copy on it, Sarah will give it to you here.
There should be 2 of them in there.
Mark
Yeah,
said
sign
that
it
you're
one for
somebody
everyone.
out there.
Pass it
Reached out to you.